Yes. All right. So I'm going to, all right, welcome everybody, because I'm recording this so that it could be live for anybody who wants the information after this live event. So welcome to Reclaim and Rise Bali Wellness Retreat. That's going to be November 15th to the 24th of this year, which is 2025. And I want to introduce myself, Carol Szuky, and I will be your Canadian host, joining you on this transformative experience. And we have here Nuppy from G Adventures, our amazing travel partner. So Nuppy, why don't you start by telling us what G Adventures is all about?
Sure. Firstly, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and share my screen and we'll get going. I just want to make sure, Courtney and Carol, you can see that screen now.
Yep.
Perfect. It's just going into full view now. Awesome. So, G Adventures and Destination Book, we're going to work together to get you on an awesome wellness retreat. But firstly, G Adventures is a Canadian company founded in Canada, made to travel the world. We've been doing this since 1990. We're a tour operator that specializes in more than 900 itineraries on all seven continents in over 100 countries. So, we go everywhere. We specialize in small group travels. So, the 16 the size of the group is maxed out at 16, and it's also guaranteed. If you book onto an open departure, we'll run the itinerary. But we go to all seven continents and over 100 countries, and there's more than 900 trips to choose from. And then on top of that, we have 14 travel styles that will give you a flavor for a different style of adventure each time you travel with G Adventures. There's no limitations or barriers to who can travel with G Adventures, which is what I love. You can, be sitting in an agriturismo in Italy and Nonna's making your food, or you could be hiking Mount Everest, or you could be spending time with Amazonian tribes in the Amazon rainforest in Ecuador, or, spending time, with women's cooperatives in Peru. So, we've got everything in between and everything extreme, as I like to say. One of my favorite things to talk about is our guides. So our guides is what sets us apart from other tour operators. All of our guides, as we call them, chief experience officers, are from the countries you travel to. So that first-hand knowledge of the destination is really important to what we offer at G. Storytelling is a unique part of your experience. When you come back from the trip, you want to be like, you know what, I really saw the country in the eyes of someone who's grown up and had that experience, through their storytelling experiences. So one of my favorite things to do when I go on a trip with G Adventures, and I've been on about 16 now. I think it's actually 18. I think I tried to count earlier quickly. Is our CEOs. They know all the best places to go outside of the tour. So if you're looking for something outside of the tour and you're a foodie or something like that, they'll take you somewhere or they'll showcase something for you. And Iman, who's in the photo there, he's been with us for 21 years. He's one of our Jordanian guides. And I said to Iman, look, I want to eat something like unique to Jordan, and hummus and pita bread is a nice snack to start off your meal. So we went to a place where the king liked to eat hummus and actually sneak out of his quarters at night. We were the only tour group there. And you have hummus drizzled with olive oil on top, and you got pita bread coming off the fire. And I said to Iman, this is awesome. Like, you come back from these experiences and you always remember them. It's one of my favorite stories to tell. And now you go to Superstore and it's not the same experience buying hummus, right? So I love, talking about our CEOs. They're the best of the best. So everything we do is based around community tourism. When Bruce was on his backpacking ventures, he noticed that there was a disconnect, between communities and actually travelers. So people weren't actually benefiting from travel experiences that people were having. So G Adventures has pioneered community tourism since our inception, since 1990. So, it's the essence of everything we do and every decision we make. So, every supplier, every accommodation, every restaurant, everything in between is assessed for its ability to, improve the well-being of every place we go to. And this is all possible because of the pride we take in, showcasing, our community differences and experiences with our travelers. We also have what's called Trees for Days. So this is a 9-day itinerary, which means For each day you're away on any of the trips you book with G Adventures, we'll plant a tree in your honor in 17 different communities across the globe that have greatly been impacted by climate change, droughts, floods, soil erosion, desertification, and we want to improve community resilience through trees and well-being and inspiring our travelers and our communities in destination to become guardians of nature. So 17 communities around the world. And we right now have in Canada alone, we have over 500,000 trees in the ground. So we're really proud of that to be a Canadian company that not only is a local company here, but everything we do in destination remains local too. I'm going to just showcase a video to really encapsulate what we do at G Adventures, the why and the how. Take a look. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
When I would wake up in the morning, I would see the faces of my beautiful daughters. I had no identity and also had little income. I knew I wanted a change for me and for them.
There were many fears. What would people think of me? Was it safe? But I knew this was a great opportunity.
When they came into Azad Foundation, the way they talked, they hardly talked, some of them, the way they looked, the way they thought about themselves has changed completely to women who are now so confident, so sure of how they've been able to help their families. Women on Wheels is a social enterprise that provides livelihoods as professional chauffeurs to resource poor women, and on the other hand also provides safe and alternate transport options to women users of the services.
I learned to drive, I learned self-confidence and English, I learned about women's rights.
G Adventures believes in responsible tourism. They have a lot of women clients who come into India to travel. They were looking for safe transport options for the women who come into India. They have supported us in terms of bandwidth, in terms of fleet size and the work that we are doing so that we can become a stronger organization.
Now I work full-time for Women on Wheels. I enjoy talking with the travelers. They feel safe with me.
I now have courage and confidence in myself. I hope women everywhere pursue happiness and freedom.
Now when I see the faces of my daughters, I know everything is going to be fine.
A really powerful video to showcase what we do at G Adventures to involve undervalued, marginalized communities, Indigenous people, to our tours to provide you with experiences based around cultural preservation. So I mentioned 14 travel styles earlier. The one that, Carol's going to embark on with you is our wellness adventures. Travel connects us to our planet, to its people and, to ourselves. And, wellness travel was created to recharge the body and nourish the mind. So our wellness tours offer, the perfect balance of, awe-inspiring destinations, rejuvenating activities, and, healthy food experiences. And, you come home feeling, even better than when you left. And you have a renewed sense of wonder for the destination, yourself, and, getting connected back with people and the environment as well. Take a look. Just a little glimpse into some of the wellness activities that you'll embark on some of our itineraries. But the one we're going to focus on today is Wellness Bali. This is 9 days, Ubud to Sanur in Indonesia. So you'll enter like a tropical wonderland of Bali. It'll be a long a beacon to it's basically a place that attracts a lot of travelers in search of uncovering their spiritual side. And you'll start your journey inward with Kanang in Ubud, and you'll do a traditional offering given at Hindu temples, before immersing yourself in 9 days of rejuvenating activities, healthy food, and captivating sights, from daily yoga practices to traditional Balinese healing ceremonies, to stops at serene beaches, Pemultaran, and Sanur. You'll be entranced, by Bali's natural calming spirit, that continues to lure people from all over the world seeking a deeper connection. So, what I'm loving about Canadian travelers right now is that you're traveling further abroad than when I first moved here 10 years ago, and a lot of people are going to Southeast Asia and experiencing incredible cultures. And Bali has a lot of ancient history, that envelops Muslim culture, Hinduism, and Balinese. So it's just a beautiful place, that you can experience all these cultures together, but also individually too. So again, we're doing this with Destinations Booked with Carol. This is a 9 day itinerary. Just have a look at the map here. So you'll spend a number of days in each of these destinations, soaking in the atmosphere that's relevant to the place you're staying in. And this will start on the 16th of November and finish on the 24th of November this year. And Carol will talk a little bit about that later. Now, day one, it's just an arrival day. Now, you can speak with Carol however you plan to come to this part of the world. You will cross the international date line, so you do lose a day. So it's recommended to come in a day or two earlier and get your bearings. It's a long flight, so you can break it up a little bit and have that time on your own. And Ubud's a really cool place to experience some unique markets. The arrival day, which is day one of the tour, is where you'll meet the rest of your travelers, or if you've already met beforehand, you'll actually meet your CEO. So your CEO will actually do a welcome meeting at the hotel, and then you'll embark on a nice, sort of camaraderie dinner at the end of it. That's local to the region, and you're on your way and for the rest of the trip. So your CEO will actually be with you the whole time. They become your parents, so they really take a lot of the thinking out of the trip, and you can just enjoy your trip. They'll plan activities for you. They'll take care of all the transportation or anything. You just have to wake up, have your breakfast, and you're on your way. So there's just some markets here that you can go through. If you're someone who loves, markets, you can spend a lot of time just walking around. Balinese people are very friendly, compared to sort of other markets that you might experience across the globe. Balinese people, they're not into the haggling culture. They will encourage you to come into their business with a big smile. And you can eat some incredible food here. If you like Hawker's Corner, people love to eat in Southeast Asia. You'll see people eating at, all hours of the day. Going into the night, you'll see little kids out at like 2 a.m. just chilling with their parents having food. It's just a big culture, and everything's very family oriented in this part of the world too. Now, day two will be a full day in Ubud, and you'll, enjoy an early morning yoga class before a healthy breakfast. You can participate in a day exploring the spiritual side of Bali in depth. You'll include visits to Hindu temples, which is Tirtha Empul, where you will take a holy bath to purify yourself, and Gunung Kawi, the ancient funeral monument of the Balinese kings. And you'll stop for lunch at the G Adventures supported Bali community training lunch program. And you can, opt to wind down with the yoga and meditation session to end the day. Before departing, you can, create an offering called Kanang in Balinese. And this is an offering will be brought with you to the temples to ask for permission from gods to enter. So this is the Tirtha Empul temple visit in Ubud. You'll get to take in, the beauty of this Hindu temple. It's built in 962, and it was dedicated to Vishnu, the Hindu god of preservation, which is really cool. Wade through its, bubbling springs, it's believed to hold curative powers. And then you'll go to the Gunung Kawi temple visit in Ubud. You'll get to explore the ancient Hindu temple complex, an ancient funeral monument of the Balinese kings. And you'll get to check out the shrines into the cliff. They stand at an impressive 7 meters or 23 feet. And then you'll have an incredible lunch. This is your G for Good moment, community training program lunch. And you'll enjoy this lunch at the G Adventures supported Bali community training lunch program, which, the initiative supports and assists people living with disabilities in Bali to find, independence and meaningful employment through training in the hospitality sector. In Hindu and Bali, it is a societal belief that being born with a disability is a product of bad karma. And our ground partners are working in the community to break down these stereotypes and provide resources, training, and education to adults with disabilities. And, to gain independence and confidence and employment within their community, fully managed and operated by individuals living with disabilities. So you'll enjoy a traditional Balinese buffet lunch prepared by the organization while learning more about the initiative that empowers individuals through skills and employment. So a really cool and empowering experience while enjoying an incredible lunch at the same time. Now, day 3 will be Ubud. You'll enjoy an early morning yoga class. You'll have a healthy breakfast. You'll visit an organic farm, which will have traditional ingredients in Balinese cuisine. You'll enjoy a ritual of preparing, a typical Balinese meal in a Balinese kitchen. And you'll learn about various techniques and get to know, the equipment. Afternoon is at your leisure with, option for yoga and meditation session. Now you'll have a wellness moment. You'll start your day with a hatha yoga session. So there'll be many variations of yoga. If you're someone who's not a professional, you don't have to be. I certainly am not. And it's always fun to practice different rituals and things like that. Or you can lie on your mat and just soak in the atmosphere. It's totally up to you. It's your wellness moment. Your foodie moment. So this will be an organic cooking class. You'll get to refine your culinary skills, with the Balinese cooking class, and you'll get to, discover the secrets of delicious local cuisine and how to use, the exotic herbs and spices. So there's a big trade that, has been long occurring between, India and Bali. So, there's a mixture of different spices and food that, you'll be kind of familiar with the flavors if you like Indian food, if you haven't tried Balinese food before. So day 4 will bring you from Ubud to Pemuteran, and this will be you'll depart, Pemuteran via Tabanan, and you'll stop at a traditional Balinese house compound and experience their healing ceremony, and you'll get to learn about typical Balinese life, including how they write in the Balinese alphabet, and then you'll get to enjoy a family-style regional lunch and continue to Pemuteran and enjoy a free afternoon. So this is kind of what a Balinese compound looks like, and you'll get to enjoy a healthy welcome drink. You'll visit a typical Balinese compound like this, and you'll learn about the daily life, including how to make offerings, herbal medicine, which is called bore, how the Balinese calendar is built. You get to write the Balinese alphabet in a lontar leaf, and how you'll get to learn how the coconut oil is extracted to use the ink and how it's set. So you'll get to also visit a Balinese healer called a Balian. So this is kind of what the bore medicine looks like. So again, a lot of trade and spices from India, which is that the cinnamon and cardamom influence. You get to learn how to make a paste or a scrub from the natural ingredients like rice, spices, and herbs, used for a variety of purposes, including relieving minor aches, improving circulation, and even beauty treatment. So the paste and scrub is a combination of, rice, turmeric, ginger, galangal, cloves, nutmeg, and other spices. So the smell is great. I was telling Carol before this, my grandmother used to do like a turmeric paste and put it in our belly buttons if we had tummy aches. So it certainly works. Now, this is what a lontar leaf looks like. In Bali and Indonesia, lontar are considered sacred and used to preserve knowledge, history, and traditions. And the leaves are prepared and written on using traditional techniques, often with intricate designs and illustrations. You get to take some of these souvenirs home. You get to learn it, and you get to meet the people who are passing it on to the next generations too. And you'll have a Balinese healing ceremony. So this is called melukat, and it's a sacred water purification ceremony. It's aimed at cleansing the mind, the body, and the spirit, and it's often performed to mark new beginnings or seek spiritual protection. So you'll go in holy water at a sacred spring, like Terta Empel, where they're guided by a local priest through prayers, offerings, and symbolic cleansing actions. And you'll go under each water spout, and believed to wash away the negative energies and invite positive ones. So really cool experience. And then day five will bring you to Pematuran. You'll begin the day breathing through a special Balinese healing yoga session. You'll have a beautiful, healthy breakfast, and you'll get to drive to a pier for a short boat ride to Menjangan Island for a day of snorkeling over magnificent underwater vistas. And then you'll return to your hotel, and you'll have a day at your own leisure to unwind. So again, you'll do a Balinese healing yoga session. So just a calming yoga that will challenge your body and your mind. And then you'll get to go to snorkeling. So this is a 30-minute boat ride once you get to Menjangan Island, and you'll get to snorkel over beautiful sponges, seagrass, coral, and fish for an hour before stopping for a scenic lunch break on the island. And after lunch, you can opt into another snorkeling session at a new spot off the island as well. I just wanted to showcase, your restorative accommodation. So at G Adventures, like I said, everything we do is family-run businesses, so it's unique and characteristic to the destination. So you go from Pemultaran to Nusa Dua. You'll depart for Nusa Dua, and en route you'll stop. Will be at Munduk, and you'll do like Bali's. You'll actually get to hike and see Bali's most beautiful waterfall, and you'll get to visit the Ulundanu Temple, a Balinese Hindu temple located in the Kandi Kuning highland countryside. And then you'll continue to Jatilui in the beautiful, which is a trek through rice fields, and you'll get to enjoy bathing in the beautiful greenery. And then you'll relax at Nusa Dua, with a drink by the ocean at the end of the day. But this is the waterfall. Trekking. You'll trek about 300 meters from the main road through lush green forests and nature song. You get to opt to take a refreshing dip in the Munduk's pool. And then you go Ulundanu Temple Complex visit. It's you can bring your camera if you want. It's a floating temple visit. The captivating site, is founded by the King of Mengwi in the 17th century. It's one of Bali's most important and most photographed temples. So it's really beautiful. And these are the rice fields. So this is you get to follow your CEO down the narrow paths, and this is a UNESCO protected rice terrace. So you get to stop and enjoy the view. You get to trek around the area. You get to connect closer to nature as you forest bathe under the swaying palms. Being still. It's all about being still, quiet and calm, and pristine nature around you. So absolutely gorgeous that is. And just another example of your accommodation, very close to the water. This is called the Sadara Resort Nusa Dua. And you'll actually get to enjoy some beautiful yoga sessions by the water to start. And, if you want to end your day that way too. So this will be day 7. And again, it will start your day off. And, it'll be a morning yoga session, among the ocean waves. And then in the afternoon, you can opt for an in-depth Balinese dance class or try your hand at a massage by taking an informative course. But Balinese massage course, the Balinese people believe that the body, mind, and spirit works in harmony. So, that the whole traditional massage is useful for healing, releasing tension, freeing the tissues of toxin, improving circulation. So, a really cool experience. And then one of my favorite, I really want to learn how to do this. It's so unique to, Balinese people and the culture in Indonesia. You get to, join a fun and knowledgeable Balinese dance lesson. And you can opt to do one or the other, or you can do both in the day, or you can just choose to, completely opt out and relax at your own leisure, and your CEO can provide you with options. Now, day 8 will bring you to Nusa Dua, and after breakfast, you will get to enjoy the unique experience of doing anti-gravity yoga. I'll be honest with you, I had no idea this existed before actually working on this presentation and learning more about it. It's very cool. It's a unique way to do something different for yoga as opposed to being on a mat and experiencing it in an ancient way. So you'll have a free day at the end of the morning to explore the beach town and go at your own leisure. This is what anti-gravity yoga looks like. You get to join the locals at this intimate sort of neighborhood favorite yoga spot, and you'll get to instantly feel relaxed in the serene backyard, the perfect spot to achieve a total body workout by performing a series of exercises inspired by yoga, Pilates, calisthenics, and aerial acrobatics. So you get to hang in a silk hammock. So very cool. I don't know if Carol, you've done this or. Courtney.
Never. I'm so terrible at yoga. Oh, Maria's done it. That's amazing. Maria can teach me a few things then, I guess.
I love that. Awesome. Definitely something I'd be willing to try. So day nine, sad times. This brings us to the end of our journey, and obviously you can speak with Carol on how you can extend your stay in this beautiful part of the world. Definitely another place to explore. You get to take an included shuttle, which will be from Nusa Dua to Sanur, and opt to be dropped off at the airport, or you can have your trip end on arrival at Sanur. There'll be multiple shuttle departure times to on the day to Sonora and the airport, and you can choose which time works the best for you. We recommend, and Carol, you can take a look at this. Recommend booking flights no earlier than 12 p.m. on that day, but highly recommend you spend an extra couple of days to make the most of your itinerary. But that brings me to the end of my part of the presentation, and really excited to talk to you about G Adventures as a company, and what we've been doing for 35 years, and bringing these awesome itineraries to you to experience. But I'm going to stop sharing my screen so you can see me, but I'm going to bring it back to you, Carol.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nuppy. I'm sad that you can't join us because I would love to watch you do that aerial yoga. I think it's going to be funnier than me doing the aerial yoga.
That's hilarious. Oh my God.
So there you have it. I'm so excited to be partnering up with G Adventures. First, does anybody have any questions? We have about 8 minutes left. Does anybody have any questions they want to ask? No. Okay, cool. Well, I have traveled internationally. I've traveled to Asia. I was just there for a whole month in February, but I have never been to Bali, so this is exciting for me and to have these beautiful women joining me as well. I do strongly suggest, like Nuppy said, to arrive at least a day earlier. If not, I know Maria's planning to go early with me, and she's bringing a friend, so party starts early, and it's just good to just kind of ground yourself, kind of get to know the lay of the land. So I do recommend that. And also, what else? So it's an honor to be hosting this. I have hosted retreats before, but I've never gone across the world to do it. So this is a new venture for me. So thank you for joining me on this. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a maximum of 16 people. So I would be the 16th. And this is going to be a breeze. I mean, I used to teach kindergarten, so having to herd so many tiny bodies, like I'm sure I could just be like, come on, ladies, let's go, and we're gonna have a good time. So as you can see, there's a lot of yoga, and like Nuppy said, you don't have to be any kind of expert. I for sure am not by any means. So, I mean, my dog probably laughs when I attempt the downward dog. I'm also going to invite everybody, if you'd like, to have dinner with me every night. We can kind of, just talk about what we've experienced. And also, I might bring some topics with me to maybe have conversation about, burnout, maybe motherhood, whatever. And if you have some topics that you might want to discuss, I know some of the ladies coming with me are entrepreneurs, so we can discuss being an entrepreneur. Whatever comes to mind, whatever comes to heart, or if you'd rather just kind of go on your own and explore the land, that's up to you as well. That's, it's whatever in your free time. If you are not holding a Canadian passport, please check with me to see if there's any additional requirements. There's no visa required from Canada. We're only there for 9 days. So we're good with just our passports and of course our information with our reservations. And so if you haven't already completed your form to join us and offered your deposit yet, please contact me sooner than later before the event sells out, because I do expect that people are going to be running to join us because it's going to be a great time. And insurance, that is absolutely required. You don't have to get like a full comprehensive package because really the most important part is just having your emergency health things like that in case of an emergency. I am licensed to sell insurance, so if you need a quotation, I can definitely offer that for you. You do not need to bring your yoga mats. That's one of the questions that just came up. Hard case. Explain that one. Hard case. Rain. We are kind of going into a rainy season apparently, but I went to the Philippines during rainy season and I barely saw any rain, whole lot of sun. So we're just gonna count on Mother Nature to have our backs here. Oh, yes, cash. Definitely bring some cash for your dinners and I think some lunches that won't be covered. There was a recommended amount, Nupi. I think it was like around 150,
Something like that. Yeah. So with
something
the
like that.
cash, you can take some USD out.
Hmm.
You can convert in destination, or you can use credit card or debit. It's a tourist destination, so most places will have machines. Now, where you don't have the option for that, and if you don't have cash, your CEO will make sure you're aware of when you need to get cash out, and they'll actually take you to the ATM. So no stress if you're in destination and you don't have the cash. You can always, ask your CEO, and they'll make sure you get the cash when you need it. Lots of ATMs around, and they'll know the best banks to go to as well.
Perfect. Tipping. I do recommend if you're enjoying yourself to tip um, where you're staying and the hosts that of the events that you attend as well, just to show your appreciation, definitely. And of course, that is at your own discretion. And anything else? Does anybody any other additional questions? Please let me know. Leading up to the event, I'll send some little tips and tricks and pro tips. We already know about the cash. ATV excursion. Like you're wanting one? Oh, look at the adventurers wanting an ATV excursion. Do you know if that's something that is
You will be on resorts where there will be like the option to do that in free time, and there will be free time in the afternoons primarily. So what you can do is just ask in destination, or speak with Carolyn, the CEO, and they can make arrangements for you.
yes. If you've joined late, CEO stands for Chief Experience Officer, aka local guide. And well, yeah, maybe I am too, but I'm just the host. I'm just the Canadian host. All right. Any other questions? I'm just looking at my list here to see if there's anything else I need to let you know, but I think that's pretty much all. I think we've covered everything, and I've got the itinerary for you guys to review. I'm hoping to post this as well if you wanted to go back to any of the information. So, if there's no more additional questions, oh, final payment is September the 1st. If you wanted to know, if you want to schedule that, September the 1st, of course, I'll send you reminders as well. And I think we can go enjoy the sunshine on this beautiful day. Yeah.
Thanks so much for listening in, everyone, and I really appreciate you, embarking on a G Adventure trip. It's going to be amazing.
Yes, thank you, Nupi, for hosting with me. And I'm so excited, ladies. We're going to have an amazing, transformative time.
I love that word.
Thank you both.
Transformative is the
Thank
word.
you. Have a good
Take care,
night.
everyone. Have a good night.
Thanks so
Bye.
much. Bye.